Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Since the last times we always talked about emotion and how they are likely at war with logic, and logic seems counterintuitive because logic tells us something that emotions don't tell us, and they sometimes tell completely different things and we don't know what to do. And I thought we'd like to talk about the evolution of the human brain as it evolved over the majority of time. This is just a theory, all right? We don't know how it actually happened. We don't have evidence. There is no witnesses. We just have not found someone who was there at the time to ask him. Maybe we will later. But the evolution of the brain is kind of interesting, since it evolved first from the brainstem, the thing right above the spinal cord. The brainstem is responsible for, how to put this? It is our basic life functions. Things like breathing, things like organ functions. So functions we cannot learn. We're born with this knowledge how to do that, and we cannot unlearn that. The brainstem is completely unchangeable. Luckily that's so. Imagine you would be born and would not know how to breathe. Pretty shitty, right? So let's praise the brainstem. From the brainstem, there evolved the emotional brain, and from the emotional brain there grow the so-called neocortex. Actually, I've prepared a little something. The drawing is not in scale or something, but you see here we have the brainstem, our basic code. From there, the limbic system evolved. Originally, these things are not written here, but this is the second try to record this because my camera was kind of messed up, so bear with me. Actually, the limbic system evolved from a little piece that just should have helped us to smell better. What was first built was the olfactory lobe. The olfactory lobe just helped us to sort out smells. And everything we do, every mood, we smell differently. You know, anger, fear, sexual tension, all that leads to a very, very significant kind of smell. And what's interesting, if we're eager to attack, in the smell, they're the same stuff you can smell in an animal that is eager to attack. So aggressors or predators kind of smell the same in some way. We were too primitive to really sort out what animal it was. We could just say if it was afraid or angry or things like that. So imagine you were hiding on the hunt, tracking down an animal, and all of a sudden you smell another predator. That's the good thing about smell. You do not have to know how the predator looks like. Imagine you're tracked down by a dog. This dog does not need to know how you look like. He just tracks you down. So the same thing we did, and from there the limbic system evolved. This system is mainly called our emotional brain, because it allowed us to kind of think, kind of learning, because emotions, let's say you've eaten something and that lead to a sickness. So we have the emotion, this is bad, so we can avoid that next time. And from there, there grew another part, the neocortex, all the thing around here. So the neocortex contains a lot of things. And the thinking process is way much more complex than I put it here, but just to simplify everything. So we have the frontal lobe, the prefrontal lobe, and all of kinds of stuff like that, but we will talk about that in another video, right? So imagine it like this. Everything you think about, the thought process stops first in the emotional brain and checks, what do I feel over this? Let's say I think about cherries. Cherries are my favorite kind of fruit. So if I think about cherries, the thought process ends there because there's a lot of fucking information that pleases me. So if I have enough informations, there is no further thought process. If we talk about the stocks market, let's pretend I don't have any experiences, so I have no good or bad experience with it. Just what people told me, but that's most of the time is bullshit. So I have no emotional information, so the thought process goes to the neocortex and searches for, what have I saved? Is there logical things there are to this? Because I will never think about logical things about cherries. You know what I mean, right? So this is, in short, very simplistic how the brain evolved. From the brainstem into the limbic system into the neocortex. And I think that's enough for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for your time, and I would like to welcome you next time as well. My name is Matthias Michael Hoernke, and I'll see you tomorrow.